Hi, this is Miss Cox, and today I want to show you how to create a timer for a game in Scratch. So right now I have the Pong starter game. This is one of the starter games Scratch provides, and I haven't changed anything at this point. So if I play this game, the ball goes around, it bounces, very exciting. So there's several things that would make this way more entertaining. First off, you could probably set the score, you could do a bunch of different things. One thing though that I'm going to explain in this video is how to create a timer. So the first thing you need to do is create a variable for a timer. So I'm going to go to make a variable and I'll call it timer. And I'm going to click OK. And this checkbox here tells you whether or not the timer is set to show up here. So I'm going to leave it on so people can actually see how much time they have left. Now, the first thing we need to do is set the timer. So how much time do we want people to have? So at the very beginning of the game, so when the flag is clicked, I'm going to put set timer to, let me move this, set timer to, and I'll change it to 60 for 60 seconds. And then what I'm going to do is forever, so in this forever loop that's already here, I'm going to have it, and actually, I could even make a new one. In the event that when the game starts, if you're worried about making the timer, if you don't want to involve it in anything else, I could basically have when the game starts with the green flag to set the timer to 60, and then what I would do is create a forever loop. To forever, wait 1 second, and then after a second, what should it do? If you want to remove a minute from the timer because 1 second has elapsed, you would change timer by -1. Then what will happen is when the game starts, there'll be 60 seconds set on the timer, and then it will keep looping this forever. So it'll wait 1 second and then reduce the timer by 1 second. Now, if we try this out, you'll see the timer will slowly tick down, and now I have a timer. The thing is, at this point, I have not told the game to do anything special when the timer, when it actually hits 0. So let me stop the game. What I needed to do is forever check to see if the timer is at 0. So here I've got a forever loop. I could also, in this forever loop, have it do something. So if something, then something. So I would have a sensing. So it needs to sense, hey, if the timer is 0. Now, is that here? No. There is an operator, however, that will work. So I could say if this equals this. So if we're going to put 0 and timer here. So basically, if the timer is equal to 0, then do this. And what I could do is lots of different things. I could have everything, well, let's say I just wanted to have it say something. I'll have it say time's up. Okay? You could have it do that. You could have all the things in the game disappear. You could have the background change to game over. There's lots of different things you could do. So you need to think about what do you want to have happen when the timer ends, and then to put it in there. I'm going to test this out, but I'm actually going to change the timer to 5 seconds. That way I can test this out really quickly instead of waiting a full minute. So I'll try clicking the green flag and we can see what happens when it runs out of time. So it's down to 2 seconds, 1 second, up, now it says time's up. So you'll see it says time's up, but the game keeps going. So if I really want the game to stop, I'm going to have to think about some other things I can do to actually have the game stop. You'll also see the timer keeps ticking down and it becomes negative. So there's lots of things you'd have to work out here to decide either to have the timer stop at 0 or to figure out how to make the game stop. And one thing, for example, you could just have this stop all command. So we use that here with if the ball touches the red to basically stop everything. So you could do that here. We could say time's up and stop all. So let's try that and see what that looks like. So now it should say time's up and everything should stop. Oh, it doesn't even say time's up. What a bummer. What I may need to do is have a wait a second in there. So I'll put wait 1 second between time's up and stop all. So let's see if that fixes the problem. Time's up. There you go. So with programming, one of the biggest tricks is playing around with it and testing things out and trying things out until you get it to work. But basically, this is how you would set up a basic timer in Scratch. There are other ways to do it, but this is one way to make it happen. Thanks for watching this video.